Hello guys, this is Hector again with another movie review. This time I will be talking about Oz, the Great and Powerful. I saw this movie last week and I'm happy to finally be able to do a movie review. This will be once again spoiler free. This is a movie that I wasn't necessarily excited to see, meaning that I knew it was coming out, and I had seen the poster for the film and maybe a clip or two from the trailer, but wasn't really planning to go out of my way to see it. Unlike other films that I have been very excited to see, like Beautiful Creatures, and that I will be reviewing on a later video. With that being said, I went into this film with some expectations, given that I had seen the first Wizard of Oz, who hasn't? And I knew what that was like, but not really sure what I was about to see. I ended up loving the film, however, by the time it was over. I had some complaints about it, minor complaints, which I will talk about in a moment, but I thought it was an excellent film overall. Okay, on with the review. This movie opens in Kansas in the early 1900s, and we go into the middle of a traveling circus. We see the usual characters all over the place, magicians, jugglers, clowns, etc. One of the magicians is a man by the name of Oscar Diggs, aka Oz, played by James Franco. We get to meet his sidekick, Frank, played by Zach Braff, and also a romantic interest or two. One of them is called Annie, played by Michelle Williams, who reveals to Oscar that she is getting married. We also get to see a magic act by Oscar, which goes incredibly well, it seems, except that even though he's clearly a fake, after the show is over, some people in the audience seem to think he is a real wizard and expect him to make a handicapped girl in the audience walk again, which is very sad. Long story short, a tornado strikes and he's transported to the land of Oz. This first part of the movie is shot in black and white and is framed like a regular TV screen, not in widescreen, which comes in handy later on when the colorful world of Oz is revealed and the screen expands. This was actually in the trailer, so I'm not giving anything away. The idea of shooting this in black and white, adding a tornado and then showing the movie in color, stayed in line with the spirit of the original, which I liked. Once Oscar arrives in Oz, he meets Theodora, played by Mila Kunis. She explains to him that his arrival has been expected and that he is destined to free the land of Oz from an evil witch and bring peace and restore order. A throne will be given to him, endless riches, such as a huge vault full of gold and even a queen. Theodora offered to be his queen. We later meet Theodora's sister, Evanora, played by Rachel Weisz, and it seems like she could be queen too, if chosen by Oscar, now known to everybody as the Wizard. The only problem, of course, is that he is a fake and doesn't have any actual powers. Later in the movie, we meet Glinda, played once again by Michelle Williams, and even a couple of sidekicks for the Wizard. One of them is a monkey named Finley, played or voiced by Zach Braff, who has wings and is dressed like a doorman or baggage handler at a hotel. And the other one is a little girl made of china, voiced by Joy King. We meet her in very sad circumstances, but she proves to be tough, reliable, and very funny later on. Now, Theodora, Evanora, and Glinda are all witches, but we don't necessarily know at the beginning of the movie who is good or bad. Well, that's pretty much it. The wizard has to kill an evil witch, and we follow him on his journey as we wonder how it all plays out. Okay, so here are my minor complaints, two to be exact. First, the overuse of CGI, or computer-generated imagery. Yes, I know CGI is a standard in movies nowadays, but I believe it has to be used responsibly. In a way, I think CGI is pretty much like drinking alcohol. It's good in moderation, 1 or 2 drinks is good, everybody has a good time, but you have more than that and it ruins everything. You end up the next morning with a hangover and looking like Avatar, which was nothing more than a Pixar cartoon disguised as a real movie. A lot of CGI is used in Oz, the Great and Powerful, and there's times when you can't help feel a little bit detached from the film. Yes, I know that building actual sets and props is more expensive, but this is Hollywood. Hollywood has been making movies for over 100 years, and they are the best at it. I'm sure the audience would appreciate more actual sets here and there. Second, there's a scene in the movie that stood out for me and didn't really seem to fit with the rest of the film. I will not spoil it by any means, but I will say that it involves a character's transformation, physical transformation, into something rather scary, and I felt it did not belong here. This movie is rated PG, but that character's change in appearance reminded me of something from another recent movie, Hansel and Gretel, Witch Hunters. And that movie was rated R, something very different from us. Yeah, I understand there had to be a scary moment or two that pushed the limits of what could be shown, but it just didn't match with the general tone of the film. There were scary moments and creatures all over the place, but that particular scene felt a little off. That's pretty much it. Like I said before, just minor complaints. I love this movie and I was very happy to see it. I complained about the CGI before, but I was only pointing out that it's used too much. Other than that, they did a very good job with it and it looks amazing. Films are first and foremost a visual medium, and this movie does deliver. This is one of the most beautiful movies I've ever seen. The CGI was good, very good. I just wish that more real sets had been used along with it. When it comes to the story, I enjoyed it a lot, and I think I know why. It's only my opinion, of course, something that I began thinking about soon after the movie was over. It's no surprise that this film is thought of as a fairy tale, given that the original Oz was a fairy tale. But the big difference, of course, is that when the main character in the original was a young girl, the main character in this one is a young man. The more I thought about it, and it might sound strange, I felt that this was almost a fairy tale for men. Oz is stuck at the beginning of the film barely making a living. He wishes he can be more, not just a good man, but a great man. He soon travels to a strange land where he finds color and wonders unlike anything he's ever seen or imagined. He starts meeting one beautiful woman after another who either need his help, are romantically interested in him, and or offer him riches and adventures. No joke, even the witch whose identity I won't reveal is very attractive once we see her. Take a look at these pictures. On the left is the witch from the original. What a difference. Here's the poster also. She looks like a supermodel walking down the runway. And look at this other picture. My God, whoever was in charge of marketing at Disney definitely wanted guys to see this movie. Anyway, yeah, I thought the evil witch was hot. Green color and all. Maybe it was just me. I'm weird, whatever. Anyway, even though this movie is for kids, there's also some brief sexual innuendo between the wizard and Theodora's sister, who is of course very attractive. The Land of Oz also gives him a chance to leave his mundane life behind, find adventure, play the role of the alpha male, and turn into a great man, discovering friendship and real magic along the way. And yes, why not? Also love. I would not say this movie panders to men, but it's definitely made from a male's perspective or point of view in mind. At one point, the wizard even stops a musical from happening, which I thought was funny because most guys would probably cringe at the idea of a musical in this movie involving munchkins. I could go on, but that's just the obvious. You probably know what I mean. Anyway, I look forward to seeing this movie again. It was a great movie with amazing special effects and actors, not to mention a good script, and it was wonderfully directed. It was a real movie through and through, unlike other crap out there, pretending to pass itself off as real film. Oz the Great and Powerful is one of the best movies I've seen in a long time, and I would recommend it. Don't wait for the DVD or Blu-ray, see it now on the big screen. You will not be disappointed. On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the best, I give this movie a 9. Thanks for listening, until next time.